Good morning, good morning. Give me a second, guys. Just give me 1 second. I gotta light my incense. And then this morning I woke up, and God was like, you gotta do something different. You gotta do something a little bit differently, right? And I was like, okay, so what are we doing today? What's the message today? And, I haven't been on the, live scene. I haven't really been, I've been doing a lot of introspection, right? And a lot of searching. And so I was just guided to do something different for you guys. I said, so we doing a reading, because last night I was thinking about coming on and just doing like a donation live, like whatever y'all want to know, because I truly couldn't think of a message. And this morning I woke up and it was like God is love type energy. So I was like, okay, the morning's going on, y'all seeing the stuff that I'm posting. And then it just clicked, and he was like, I want you to minister to the people. So this is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little different flair. It's going to be a high vibrational, message. It's going to be for anyone who needs it. I just saw 111 on the time. This is not going to have any specific way it goes, but you see the title. We're taking things back to the beginning. I don't know if a lot of you guys have been hearing about these Saturn return cycles and, different things that we were to have learned along our life's path up until this point. And then we had this, I call it Leo Gate, right? The Lion's Gate energy, where it was at its height August 8th, and it's been really, really crazy. This was a time where a lot of us were called to go inside into hermit mode and do some introspection, right? This was a time when God said to a lot of you guys, it's time for you to make a choice. Now this choice it's a choice, right? We keep seeing the Wheel of Fortune, right? That's a cycle. What side of karma are you trying to be on moving forward? Then from there were different situations that had to transpire to show us, right? Bring it full circle. Why different situations had to occur and how we should act and conduct ourselves through those certain situations. Now, I've been posting a lot of stuff too to really take it deeper, right? I want to bring it deeper than, just the cards, because a lot of you guys, this is about purpose, right? And yes, while you do tarot, that's your tool to use. Yes, you give these messages, but a lot of you guys, you need to know there's more for you. Like there's more to this than that. There's more to this than flipping cards and telling people their future. That is a gift that you have, right? But there's another gift that you were given, another talent that you own and possess that God is wanting you to explore. There's more for a lot of you guys than you think. And it's all about knowing who you are and where you come from. We talked about the 12,000 in these tribes. We talked about the 144 many times. This is true. This is real. Before starseeds, before earth angels, before all this stuff that people are talking about and trending about now, there was a beginning. And you have to go back to the beginning. Not your beginning, but the beginning of why this is the way it is. God sees no color. People do that. God sees no class. People do that. You got to take it back to the beginning, because history will continue to repeat itself. Everything comes from the beginning. There is nothing new under the sun. Understand? We're going to light a blue sage incense, because it's just what I'm going to do. So give me a second. Yeah, this is going to be different. This is going to be what I feel like a lot of people are needing right now. It's like inspiration, motivational, restoring faith. There's a lot of situations that are going on. And these tarot card readers that aren't really, giving the healing along with the pain. Because let's be honest, the truth hurts. Healing is not easy. And there's many readers out here that want to tell you about your situation, but aren't really telling you how to change it, how to heal it, how to fix it, how to grow from it. That it was a lesson, not your destiny, that you are not cursed, right? That to be you is to be blessed. To be you is a blessing. To know you is to love you. To love you is to know that God loves you. You understand? A lot of you guys, I got a message the other day where it was like, if only you loved yourself as much as you love others. If only you gave that to yourself, what you give to another person, whoever this other person may be for you. Family, friend, lover, whoever it is. If only you loved yourself that devotionally, is what I heard. Imagine the type of individual that you would be. Imagine the energy that you would emit. Imagine how you would truly be able to feel for another person if you put that into yourself. Because someone who does that for self is willing and glad and more than capable to do it for the next. That's why you guys are healers. You guys are empathic. You guys are sensitive to the good, the bad, the ugly. 5:15 on the time. Why? Because you're the ones that are called to heal it within self. Because if you feel it, that means the world is feeling it. And there are places for people like you. Many are called, but few are chosen. Even fewer answer. I said this before. It's not about power and strength and authority. That's up there. From the beginning of time, it's been from up there. We only have what we're given. And people don't realize that these things are given to us, 555. And they can be taken, good or bad of the spectrum. And God is saying, for those of you guys who have been on the right side of things, good is coming. For those of you guys who have been dealing with, you will no longer have to. 6:16 on the time, as I said this morning. And while there may be crazy times ahead, there have been crazy times from the beginning. And what people need to understand is that the beginning was the beginning. After that, there were other lifetimes. Everything that we're dealing with this lifetime comes from whatever lifetime we're living in. What we're dealing with comes from a past life situation being carried over into this one. To see it, acknowledge it, heal it, and release it. This is how you break generational curses. Some of you guys, you need to know you have been chosen amongst many. And some of you guys didn't realize what this actually meant. Some of you guys didn't realize the things you were going to have to endure. And what I realized truly, 7:17 on the time at this time, is that every situation that you guys chosen ones, I'm talking to the real ones, every situation that you guys have had to endure, right? It was never not for a greater purpose. But you must have acknowledged that to learn a lesson from a situation. We all must learn something. And while, I am here today, right? Doing what I do spiritually, being a healer, giving back in any area that I can. What does everybody need in the world? Everybody needs faith. Everybody needs hope. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs equal, give and take and reciprocity to feel appreciated and loved. So in any way that I can give in any capacity, I am here. But I need you guys to understand that you guys' role is the same in different fashion. And some of you guys may be at this point where you're like, damn, it ain't working. No one's hearing me. But I'm telling you, you must keep speaking. You must keep standing up for what you're passionate about. Your passion is your fuel. That's what drives you. Your change in yourself is your proof. The prayers that went from God, I need money, to God, deliver me from any evil. That's what's changing you. Your belief in those prayers. You're listening to your higher self and realizing that the greatest good only comes when you do that. And the greatest good is not for you, chosen ones, earth angels. It's for the highest good of all concerned. Now let's talk about the highest good of all concerned. We have made the choice, light workers, spiritualists, to understand the highest good of all involved. The highest good of all involved means exactly that. And so when everyone's trying to figure out who God is, what God is love. And we've learned that love is the highest vibration of all. So when just one of us goes into a space where there is none of that, it lights that space up. That's why we go to that space. When God puts us in a dark situation, he knows that we're going to go toward the light because that's where the love is. That's where we feel safe. While going towards that light, it's not easy. 9:49. You're going to come up against oppression. You're going to come up against forces. But God said, if I put you somewhere, it was for a greater good, even if in the moment you can't see it. You have to have faith in your purpose. There are many roadblocks. There are many crossroads. There are many Two of Wands moments, Two of Swords. But in every one of those moments, you must know that you were put here in this world to see the world from a higher perspective. And only you, whoever you are, can do that. If you think about, let's talk about the people that read the Bible and stuff, right? What we learned in church. We know Jesus, we know God, right? But in the beginning, there was no Jesus. Jesus came. He was formed, right? Jesus was formed through God's love, right? He told Mary, I'm going to give you a child, a seed of my creation. The first spirit baby was Jesus. The first God born to a woman was Jesus. So, with that being said, all y'all that don't believe in spirit babies, well, hey, I don't know what to tell you. It's a real thing. And when God put that seed, Jesus, inside of Mary, he said, this is going to be a blessed child. This is going to be someone who changes nations. This is someone who is going to be a Messiah, right? Mary was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, whatever. I don't know how this is going to happen. I'm too old. Da-da-da-da. Okay, whatever. She had a baby. She had Jesus, right? And when he was born, he was a carpenter. He did this. He did odd jobs, right? Family was poor. But Mary was told something. So was Joseph. While God was doing his carpentry work, because he was such a handyman, God pulled him out of that career path. God said, no, I need you to do this. Jesus followed. We go on to know about the story of Simon and his brother who were fishing. They owed taxes, they owed debt, right? Jesus went up to them and he said, I will make you a fisher of men, correct? Meaning I will put you in a position to gather and catch men. They didn't know what they was talking about, but he's like, okay, let's go. They followed, they believed, they had faith. Now, all of these things throughout the Bible, God promised expansion to individuals. You hear what I'm saying? God promised expansion to individuals that followed the sun, 1313. That's the light. Jesus never did anything to another person without being told to by God. And he made that quite clear. You see, this is the thing here. You guys that are the true chosen ones, the true messiahs, it's all spirit, it's all energy. This is very important for you to understand. The darkness, right? It's heavy, it's dark, but the light is still stronger. Some of you guys, you need to understand and realize that in your darkest times, you still are the light. When does the darkness outshine the light? When the light goes out, right? Think of a light bulb. Light bulb's done, when it dies, it goes out. I'm just saying, get another light bulb, right? There's light again. With these shaman gifts that you guys have, right? Shamans were talked about in the Bible. Everything starts from the beginning. Y'all wondering why you connect with animals, this or that. In the beginning, God sent out one of each. You remember Noah in the ark, right? God sent out the birds to be his messengers, to report back to him, to let him know if the world was dry and formed, and if it was ready to be inhabited, correct? The doves would come back, well, the birds would come back if it wasn't ready. If there was nothing for them to land on, that meant the world was still not formed yet. So when you guys are getting communication from these birds, you're not crazy. That's what God himself used at the beginning of time, when he created all things. When the bird was sent out and it didn't return, that was when the formation of humanity began. The bird not coming back was representation of, I've landed, I'm free. We can settle here now, whatever that means to y'all. Okay, so we're going to talk about some other things. We just had to really take it back to the beginning for some reason, for some purpose, because that's where it starts. You know, you guys pick up these decks and you guys wonder why you're so connected. You guys are connected to something deeper than just these decks. I remember when I was reading the Bible and I was thinking about, not literally, but all of the things that, you know, people are like, oh, I'm chosen, it's supposed to be like this. Hold on, I'm sitting down. Give me a sec. Okay. Oh, man. Hi, I'm here somewhere, guys. Yeah. So it said something about how, like, he went through all these different persecutions and different things, right? And he was, you know, talked about and ridiculed for the teachings that he had, the things, his healing. Everyone thought that he was crazy, right? Just like a lot of y'all, you're healers, you know, innately. And people be saying that y'all be doing witchcraft and all this other stuff. No, y'all don't have to do nothing. These are gifts that were given to you, talents that you, 1717, have been asked to open up to. So let's talk about something. You know what's so crazy? Like, we're talking about the beginning, right? Wow, 17. I keep seeing 17. Some of y'all might be seeing 17 a lot, or 717. In the beginning, right? When I was younger, I went to a public elementary school, right? Then I went to a Catholic elementary school. And it's weird, like just having that like Catholicism. Now I don't follow any one religion. I'm spiritual. Okay. But growing up, I went to Baptist church, right? Sunday school, all that. Then after that, I went to an Episcopalian church, right? So I've had many different branches of religion that I have followed, studied, grew up on, I can say. And each and every single one of these different religions has taught me the same thing, that spirit is spirit, that there is truly an unforeseen force that's always at play in everybody's life, whether they choose to realize or believe it or see it or not. That what we're seeing in our physical reality is truly only being seen physically with our physical eyes because it happened in the spiritual. And the more in touch you are with self, the more you know that this is how you're able to change the course of your destiny. This is what people don't want you to connect. That unconsciously or consciously, a choice that was made spiritually is playing out. It must, as above, so below. A lot of you guys are changing your lives because you're realizing that you gotta be, some of us are called to be one way. Some people won't understand it, but they're not you. They don't have your calling or your purpose. They're not here for the reason that you're here for. Some of you guys are called to strictly be in the spiritual. And people are telling you, get your head out the clouds. No, that's where God needs you. Because you can see shit that other people can't. Your gifts, your sensitivities, your capabilities, your powers are your protection. And if you have that protection, anyone around you has it. That's how God set it up. So for people who want to come against your spirituality and your beliefs, what they're doing is harming themselves. Because you're there to be the savior, period. I don't care how you look at it. Okay. This is why God says, touch not my anointed and do no harm to my prophets. And he means that because there has to be another way. There has to be another side. There has to be another way that's looked at. There is no just one side. All right, what are the chosen ones? We're going to use this deck. Need to know. A lot of you guys are waking up from all of this spell work. We're going to get into that spell work. You guys need to know who you are out here. You're no longer going through this dark night of the soul. And a lot of you guys went through a dark night of the soul and had to purge because of all of this spell work. I'm hearing isolation magic, but it only helped you. It only woke you up to who you are. Many of you guys, you have a huge, huge mission here, and you need to think bigger. You guys are abundance personified, and you're called here to bring it, to spread it, to share it. Many people don't like this about you. They want you to be quiet. But many of you, you're not supposed to be. I said what I said. Those of us that are truly teachers, that are truly doing this for the reason that we have been called to do, understand why. Jesus was a teacher. That's all this card is saying. You believe what you believe, but a lot of you guys are waking up to something. One thing, too, I learned about the Egyptians, okay, is that when I read the Bible, I learned that they had to be literally, there were fights, confirmation, for pharaohs and such, right, to let go of the Egyptian chosen ones that God had selected. That's not saying there's anything bad here about having Egyptian ancestors. I do. But there were curses that had to be broken. And this is why the Egyptian ancestors come out so strongly. Because this was the biggest battle, 2222, that had to be fought. There were kings, queens, pharaohs, all types of shit in Egypt that had power that God had given them. They were abusing it. But there were those poor righteous teachers. They were Egyptian that knew about this calling, this path. God literally had to fight. He sent the things in the book, the diseases, the plagues, the world-altering shit that happened. He threatened to take away everything until they let his people go. That's where that quote came from. He's doing the same thing now. Things are changing. You got good ancestors of the light, and you got ancestors of the dark that chose to follow the other path. It's happening now still. You got chosen ones that they're still chosen. Just because they chose the dark path does not make them any less chosen, but there will come a time when they must be pulled to the side that they're destined to be on. And God won't stop until he sees his will. Now let's talk about it. Let's talk about a prayer that people just say all the time. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Your kingdom will come on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thy kingdom come, your will be done. Y'all out here doing God's work. This inheritance, the will, it comes with doing your spiritual work. It comes with tapping into the God energy that is within you, all around you, and saying, what is your will, right? Because our human mind can't fathom God's will for us. And we talk about magician energy, will, intention. You guys are the manifestors of your own reality. God tells you that in that prayer. On earth, in heaven. But you got to know what is wanted up there. This isn't about you. This is bigger than you. God is using you to do something here. And this is why your manifestations keep coming, because you're doing what you are being asked. You are bringing what needs to be brought, whether that be healing, faith, hope, inspiration. Weren't these all the things that supposedly Jesus was bringing? And they wanted to fight him, attack him, belittle him, abuse him, seclude him, speak all these bad things on him, because he saw something no one else could, right? Because he chose to follow his passion. A lot of people don't realize that the things that the Bible spoke about, they weren't meant to happen. Those people that were in that Bible died waiting for a promise. Their whole lifetime, they prayed to a God that they could not see. And they moved with faith. They were guided by a spirit that said, continue, and this will be given to you. It wasn't until now that these things are coming to fruition, because the curses had to be broken. These are your descendants who were working for you before you were even thought of. You are the ones to get this abundance. You are the ones. They fought, you fought. They were in darkness, you were in darkness. History has repeated itself until you broke a curse. Every lifetime, you guys have come back here to learn something. And it was this lifetime, like I said, years ago when I started this, that these things would happen this lifetime. You guys are extremely, extremely divinely protected. And what's happening is divine intervention. An abundance of it for y'all. Because your mission is huge. All right. What do you want to say with this deck? Wow, this is crazy. I picked up this deck, the bottom of it. I said you'd be seeing 17. The human, the bottom of the deck. Okay, 17. I said y'all been seeing 17, 17. I don't know. It shouldn't be there, but it's there. The lion and the deer. All right, what do you guys need to know? Most High, what's the message? Beyond the threshold of fear. Whatever fear you guys are having, you need to move beyond it. 1. You are one with the source of light. I'm seeing this number 6 here, talking about a lot of choices being made, a lot of aligning, a lot of balancing happening right now. Even if it feels like things are off, it's balancing. A lot of people are coming into more light, seeing the layers of themselves, getting a lot of downloads. I was getting like a really bad headache yesterday, and no, it's not pregnancy. It was crown chakra energy. It was in one specific location for like half of the day. I can't make this shit up. Purple is the crown. But I know that I was protected from that crown chakra magic that was being done. See, what happens with me is when I don't speak, there's a lot of magic to manipulate my thoughts. There's a lot of spell work. There's a lot of attacks, a lot of psychic attacks, right? But I surge on the uprising of love. So those are always transmuted into light, right? To help me see exactly why these things are being sent. You can't read my mind, you know? So that's one thing too. And this is like stuff that other readers do to other readers. They try to find out what their next message is going to be, what they're going to talk about. They try to project toward them, scry, read crystal balls, all types of stuff, get readings, you know? And I can feel all that energy. So, all right, what do they need to know? Cosmic heart. So some of you guys may be seeing the number 8 as well. 8 talks about tangible abundance. I'm thinking of this Lion's energy, this Leo gate energy, 8-8. If you guys were manifesting, you know that the things that you guys are praying for, you need to know that they're coming. There's lots of blue and green here, which talks about communication, right? There's a lot of feeling and a lot of emotion that you guys are sifting through. There is like this bulb of light that I'm feeling, though, that you guys are trying to get to the core to. You might be feeling a little dark right now, but you still have hope, and that's okay. That's great. That's exactly where you need to be. There is a sacred union that is transpiring, and this is not with another person. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is a sacred union that's happening with you and the divine, okay? Like a lot of you guys are growing your faith, you're growing your gifts. Yeah, the human gift comes out again as it was at the bottom of the deck. A lot of you guys, like I said, you just need to really understand how connected you are. Okay, you really need to understand how collected I said collective. That's another thing. In order to have a collective change, there must be a collaborative effort. I don't know. I got that before I got on here. Everybody's talking about the collective and what the collective needs, but who's collectively trying to change this, right? From everything to nothing, from nothing to everything. So some of you guys, your situations that you're going through right now are truly going to change, like dramatically for the better, okay? I keep seeing 3113. So a lot of you guys, just keep praying and keep knowing that you guys are doing what needs to be done. You are following the path from the beginning, right? A lot of you guys are going to end up going back to this place where you started, what you're doing and why you started. This is what a lot of you guys are being asked, okay? Your commitment is being tested. In whatever way, shape, form, or fashion, there's that 31. I just said 1331. Your commitment to why you do what you do is being tested right now, is what God is saying, okay? There's a blessing coming as well. What do these ones, the chosen ones, need to know? This energy, damn. Okay, resplendent with grace. There's something about grace as a gift. Look up grace and what that means for you. Some of you guys, you may have been seeing that word a lot lately. Grace, grace, grace. Look that up. Some of you guys, you say grace. Good job. Continue. Blessing of Al Hakim. Okay, like I said, there's a blessing coming on your gifts. Your creativity, your passion, that's how I'm seeing this. You have many, many gifts to use, to share, to explore. You're co-creating right now. What else? The angel Rasbar, okay? So I'm just taking these cards as they come. You have an angel around you. This person is, I'm getting a Virgo maybe, or this angel of yours that's around you all of the time was born in September. They are committed to making sure, okay, that you stay on this path. Some of you guys just might be a little dark right now, but you got to remember, everything was formed in darkness. This is a change that's occurring. And a lot of chosen beings, there's that 13. I just talk and the cards come. It's time for a lot of you guys to wake up out of this. There's been a lot of illusion that's been cast. Like I said, I want to talk about the spell work, okay? I'm going to get into that as well. Beyond death, there is life, okay? So some of you guys may have lost someone recently. My condolences. And not that way. You guys are going through a massive, massive transformation, literally. And the love that you have for yourself, the love that your spirit and angels and the Most High and the divine has for you is what's ending situations. It's ending them. It has to. You've heard that term, everybody can't come with you, and that's the truth. So while it may be harsh, while you may feel alone, God is using this time, I heard, to prune you, to get you ready for this Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is truly a new beginning. Some of you guys are looking at your tarot cards a lot differently now. There is a new life that is awaiting you. There is a new life that is awaiting you. Separate and aside from that past one that you just cleared, you just healed. Resplendent with grace and the cloak of Christ. Now you see this card poking through. Passion for your purpose. It can't get no clearer than that. You are protected and so is your purpose. Follow what you are passionate about. It's also saying with these two cards right here that the divine insight and wisdom that you get is meant to fuel your purpose. You don't just see things for no reason. You have God-given gifts and abilities, talents that people need. All right. What else do we have here? You're a gift. And many are awaiting you. They're coming. What's happening is fated, okay? You have to trust in something higher than yourself right now. Between worlds, like I said, you're going through a rebirth. You're coming through a dark time. You're seeing light. You're learning what's destined for you. And it's only you coming through, right? It's only you. You're making your way through the darkness. Positive energy. Happy, happy. This card came out in reverse. The worst of a situation has already occurred. That's what God had said. What else, God? You're being told to continue to go the distance. You know what your purpose is. You know why you're called here. What else? I saw chaos and conflict in reverse. You know that this is for you. Whatever I'm talking about, whatever passions you have, whatever is leading you in your path right now, it is for you. You're doing it by the book. You understand this, card, right? You know we've been talking about this whole message. You're doing it the right way. And elephants also talk about protection and removing blockages. A lot of you guys out here, this is who you are. And you're being told to continue to go the distance, protecting yourselves and your families. Period. You know what this means for you. Only you will understand what I just said here. I said a lot of you guys, these unions were happening with your soul tribe. This is not just a loving, okay? This is not just someone that you're going to be with in love. I'm talking about people. People are coming together that are divinely meant to be in your life, in this new life, like I said. God is setting this up. What else? Oh, goodness. You had to be shown what needed to be cleaned up and what you never should have been building in the first place. There's a complete shift here. There's been a cleanup. I said y'all were getting pruned in the spirit because as above, so below. There are things that you guys are no longer going to be working on. And that's all right. Those things are being cleaned up right now. The things that you're not going to continue to invest in. The things that you were told are no longer for your highest good. Those are being cleaned up. Because, like I said, in that book, this new life that y'all chosen ones were promised, the oath that was given over your generation, was that there would one day be a time where y'all were free to be confirmation in this new life and move through this new life. You guys are the milk and honey here. This is talking about the promise that I just spoke on. Rainbows talk about promise. Rainbows also talk about the connection to heaven and earth and what is happening being fated, the stars aligning. It was destined confirmation. Everybody's faith ain't as strong as yours. Everybody don't believe in the same thing you believe in. That's okay. Those are the things that are being cleared out. And loyal hearts are being sent in. People that are going to do right by you. People that are going to see who you truly are. People that are going to guide you and assist you and help you. Let me tell you, there are angels in some of the darkest places. There are angels in some of the darkest places, and they only know you and see you because they know who they are. Those people are coming. God is sending you people to confirm for you that your prayers are being answered. Loyal heart, because you're blessed. No longer are your prayers going to go unheard. No longer will you not see what needs to be seen. No longer will you be in doubt and fear and worry over a situation that is happening on this earth plane. Because I'm telling you, there is no amount of power that can tell God to stop protecting you, that could tell God to stop loving you, that could tell God to stop favoring you. This is the God power that is needed here to enact change for the well-being of all humanity, not just for self. This is why these masculines have gone through so much strife. The 4 and the 1 is the 5. Outdated thinking being projected upon people to keep them in a space that's not even theirs to be in. These masculines are learning what to walk away from. These masculines are getting truths that their souls need to thrive. God has had to look these masculines in the face. God has told many of these masculines, go to that mirror and look at yourself. How do you feel about yourself? God has been the harshest with these masculines because the masculine race has been done an extreme injustice. And it is on the one who created all things in existence to make the truth be told. These masculines had to tap in. They had to go through wisdom only, as I said, go through wisdom only by experiencing. These masculines were put in situations that they never should have been in. These masculines have been lied on, stolen from, betrayed by those they trusted. These masculines have given it all to the wrong people and lost it all. These masculines have gone through being told, have no emotion or you're weak. These masculines have been told to walk away from what was divinely orchestrated for them. And a lot of them had to take some masks off. There's no place like home. Whatever that means to you, whoever you are. Some of y'all are just meant to just be different, set apart. Y'all have a deep knowing about yourselves and your situation, and you gotta trust that. You hear this outside. Nature is all around you. Nature don't lie. Message. And again, Jesus' life wasn't easy. All the things he dealt with, and he was still the chosen one. No matter who wanted to or didn't want to believe it, in the Most High's eyes, he knew what he was birthing into this reality. He knew that he was going to have to go through the things that he went through, yet he was always with him. He knew that his son was going to go through the things that he went through. But he also said he did that to cover us. Do you understand what that means? There are some things, chosen ones, you will be asked to do 44, 44, 88 because of your purpose. You have a God-given purpose. Your path is not man-made. So some of the things that you guys are going to be called to do are things that have never been done, are things that no one would ever think of. It's because they're not you. And I don't know who you are, but I feel like you're playing it small. I feel like you need to really see where you fit in this picture. Positive energy. This is a collective need to know right now. Archangel Mike. As soon as I said Archangel Michael, my cards go crazy. Coming for clarity. Damn. Archangel Michael coming for clarity. Y'all got a team at all times. You got angels that's looking over things right now. This is also in the physical, because the Pentacles talk about the physical reality. There are people that see you. There are people that are talking. There are people that are gathering together and discussing different situations, because all of the chosen ones that are discussing situations that need to be looked at. It takes a village. It takes more than one. It takes many. Each and every single one of these individuals has a different job. Those of you guys who have been given the gift of intuition, you know now, or you will soon know why you have it. You have been given these gifts to help others build something better. You guys out here that are doing it for the right reason, you understand the power and importance of connectivity, co-creation, and building. The Three of Pentacles talks about networking. So for a lot of you guys, you're meant to have these platforms. You're meant to speak, because the things that you guys see, others don't. This is God-given. This is not a psychic. Anybody can be a psychic. It doesn't make you a high priestess. People be searching and looking for shit for years, decades, and here you come with your wisdom that was given to you. You're meant to use it. This new beginning is here. And it's karmically meant for you guys to use the gifts you were given. This is bigger than karmics not liking you. This is big energy. Some of you guys out here are going to literally be the reason that laws are made. There's going to be laws for spiritual people, spiritual individuals that have gone through things, that know what has been done. Some of y'all are going to be receiving justice. Some of you guys need to understand that you were called to create this platform to give good news to people, to give people new beginnings, to bring justice to people's lives, to illuminate the darkness, to give people truly miracles in the physical form, because you are the bridge. You are the one who is bringing the justice, because I said, as above, so below. These people, Three of Pentacles, can do nothing without this high priestess, because these people are just worldly. You are the one that's called to bring these God-given things, the will, to the physical. And this is what sparks true justice. The balancing of two worlds. That's what the scale is. The balancing of two worlds. The physical and the spiritual. The light and the dark. You see the sun coming through the red curtain. You hear the dog outside that's barking. That's true justice. Everyone looks at things on a physical, but spiritually, something must have manifested to make this move forward here. And this is what the ancestors are screaming right now. Because how can you look at one side of a situation and not the whole other? You guys have the spiritual to back up the physical. And this is why people wanted to cut your connection. Because they didn't want you bringing this true change. They didn't truly want the dark being exposed and illuminated. Who does? But this is why you've also dealt with some of those situations where you felt like you couldn't see nothing else but darkness. But that's no more, because judgment is being called on these situations so you can move forward with the truth that you are karmically meant to have. This is a peace that will surpass all understanding. Okay. And it's meant for you to understand it because it's your truth, your illumination. Twins are waking up by the second. And by these twins waking up, this is going to happen because what needs to be seen will be seen. What needs to be seen? What a lot of people invested in. These divine masculines will get justice. They will receive justice. They will get what is destined for them. 9 of Cups. Justice. We're going to talk about the spell work because here's the moon in reverse. I said we're going to talk about the spell work. I was like, no, we ain't going nowhere without talking about the spell work. Let's talk about it. The spell work. A lot of y'all, this was done when I see the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. These are people that you could be uncles, right? We're talking about family here, right? These are people that were around you, cousins, people that were married together, relationships or whatever. A lot of these individuals, there was some type of hidden animosity here for a lot of you guys, divine feminines, divine masculines. There were people who were in connections, situations, relationships, and they weren't good. And they were plotting on your divine connection. They were doing a lot with the moon. They were doing a lot of, things that were unjust to you, to both of you. And I remember saying a long time that these spiritual crimes, because that's what they are, should have physical penalties. Because how is this then fair if people can do something to someone spiritually and then it happened to a person in the physical and there's no protection for that individual? When we got people on here speaking on these things, what happens is, how can you know or be aware of something that you are unaware of? How can a situation occur and you know, but you don't know? Can you say that a person is held accountable, my ear, for a situation hold on. For a situation, right, that they had no knowledge of. They had no knowledge of the situation. How many times have we said to people, oh, people are doing this spell, that spell, this spell, yeah, whatever. How many times? Talk about it all the time. People just, okay, people doing magic. No. This affects lives. There's people walking around here that are angry, don't know why. It's because these people are empathic. People are truly gifted to feel. But if you're not understanding what you're feeling, you're not going to know why you're feeling it. If you are not awake to your hit dog holler, if you are not awakened to your spirituality, how are you in tune with the spiritual reality of life at any given point in time? People walk around here not knowing nothing all the time, but you can't, spiritual being. You are sensitive to energy, good, bad, and ugly. You are the light, so you will also attract the dark. You get to choose which energy and position you stand in. Do you stand in the darkness or do you walk in the light that you see before you? These are free will choices that chosen beings have to make. We don't get the choice in what people do to us. And that's why they do it to us. Because they know we will feel it. Because we are sensitive. Because we have gifts. That's why they try to block them. That's why your transformations are literally world shattering. Because these people want to drag you through things that God is trying to free you from. And it's not easy. Because you're so accustomed to the dark that you don't trust the light now. And all God's trying to show you is you are that light. There's nothing to follow but your own inner compass, hermit. You can't find the light around you. It's because you're it. Okay. What else? Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Ten of Cups. I told you God had a promise for y'all. You got a spiritual family here. You got a 3D family here. Both of which are working together. I need you to know that right now. Those of y'all that are true teachers out here, really giving the messages that you know are being required right now, congratulations. That's what I heard. It's just not fair. It's really not fair. How we see this, we see these things so clearly. You know, a lot of us have gone through the worldly lessons that we're called to learn this lifetime. And that's why we were called to go into spirituality. Because we were the ones that were going to be the balancers, the curse breakers. Like, we done lived a certain amount of time thinking one way. And God knew what time to call us. He has made everything right in its time. So some of y'all, like I said before, you've been extremely intuitive your whole lives, but you're always like, can I trust myself? Like, I don't know. That sounds crazy. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, okay, I guess. But no, now is the time where God said that it was meant for you to use these gifts that you were given, the dark and the light. It was meant for you to sit in the middle. It was meant for you to gather the information necessary. It was meant for you to use your divinity to grow you, to move you forward. Whatever that divinity is to you, whatever you believe in. You believe in a God. You believe in a source. You believe in light. You believe in love. Then we share the same God. Anything that is not those things is not of God. Means it's not God. So you cannot be demonic. Now let's talk about these demonic forces. The High Priestess want to talk. She's a spiritual one, right? She want to talk. So the High Priestess is saying with this card right here is you guys have had intuition about the different things that were occurring in your life. And the thing that a lot of you guys want to see, the things that you guys want to see happen here is for these things to be made known. You want these secrets to be revealed, okay? And these secrets are the secrets that you have gone through. You want change to be had here. And the change that you guys are wanting to have happen here is only going to come the more you stand in your power. And yes, I'm seeing the Strength card. It may be hard, but you cannot stop doing what you have been called to do. You never know at what time God is going to bring in this blessing for you, whatever this is. There is something the High Priestess knows. There is something the High Priestess is being guided to follow, and you must continue to do so. You are being told that the messages you are receiving are clear, accurate messages that you are literally getting. You will see them in numbers. You will see them in signs. You will hear them in songs. You will hear them from people. Perfect strangers are going to be giving you downloads as well. So pay attention, open up. This is a time for a lot of you guys that have this high level of intuition to really get these messages. There was I think a Leo new moon or something. Whatever the new moon energy is, that doesn't really, if it matters, it matters, right? But there's a lot of things that are coming to you guys right now. Also with this High Priestess and this spell work. Now, we've been talking for years about the spell work, but nothing has been done, right? Why? Because people don't believe in it, right? But it's a thing. So if you guys are earthly people, right, then, you know, people attack you in the earth realm, whatever that means, right? I don't know what that means anymore, but oh God, if you guys are spiritual, that's going to be the go-to. That's going to be the go-to. They're going to attack you in the spiritual. This is real. This is real. This isn't just like people that think that this is real stuff. There are people that go through spell work, attacks, psychic attacks, different attacks daily, all day, because of the power of your purpose. These are all different types of attacks. You got one attack where it's called word witchery, where people lie on you to everyone that they could ever think you would ever come into communication with. So when you come around, oh no, I don't know. That's a way of blocking you. We've talked about this before. That's the word part of it. That's already being done without you even knowing.
but you do know because your ear be ringing, you be hearing people's conversations, right? Okay. You know, that's one part. But then the other part that compounds the problem is when people go in and put in work, intention, energy, which is money, and pay for certain things. Conflict rituals, chaos rituals, binding spells. And what are they binding? They're binding you to different demonic energies. And y'all like, what's that? These are energies that are forbidden, one, especially when it comes to y'all. And two, things that are not supposed to be touched. There are people that are researching things that are not meant to be researched to inflict upon other people, okay? Spiritually. And these people won't stop. And if I said things happen spiritually before physically, this is why God has had to rip a lot of y'all out of situations and put you in isolation, because the spiritual and the physical, the things that people are intentionally wanting to be in your physical, God said no more. So I got to sit you down. I got to show you what's really going on. I got to show you what this shit's really about. This ain't no game out here. It's affecting you because you're mine. You're empathic. You're gifted. I gave you these gifts to feel these attacks, and you're not feeling them. Why aren't you feeling them? Because you're not seeing them. Why are you not seeing them? Because people are doing spell work on you. So it's interfering in your life now, is what I'm saying. And God said no more. Some of y'all brushed off spirituality, like, yeah, whatever. But there's a reason it was brought to your attention. Some of y'all, your spirituality will save your life and many other people. But you must first acknowledge it as something that is necessary in your life particular. Because your spirit and soul is the one that is under constant attack. Because you are someone who is bigger than even you realize. It's why you have to wake up. We've always heard people know who you are before you are. People don't want you to know who you truly are. It's a real thing. All of these individuals, these groups, these people coming against one you. Why? You don't got nothing. Why you? You've heard it's in you, not on you, right? There's something about you. They want to bind and constrict you, chosen one. But you're here to free the masses. How does that work? They want to make you feel this small when you were giant. They want to cast you out, say you're crazy because you see the truth. Confirmation. They want to lie about you to people who have power to take away yours and strip you of yours, what was given to you by your birth. You don't bother anyone. You're a nice individual, but you've been under attack. I've been under attack for 5 years that I know of. I know the rest of my life. Yeah, I know. But attack I can see with my spiritual eye and physical for 5 years. No one wants to connect the two, but they're very much so connected. When I know the spells that have been cast upon my life and that of mine, I speak because I have the wisdom to know what I see. I don't speak on everything. But if I say someone is sending, let's just say, an isolation spell, right? Which for some is like, okay, you're alone. But God said, I need you in front of many. And someone sent you an isolation spell. They're going against the will that's supposed to happen here. And it's on you to connect those dots, chosen ones. And this is hard, to bring down a divine will into this world. It's not easy. The magic has to stop. The confusion, the smoke screens, the illusions. The magic has to stop. This is a smoke screen. This is someone that throws illusions and casts fucking fuckery. Pretty much. Look at them all in black. That ain't no temperance angel. They in black. Can't be seen. Doing things behind the scenes. But your ancestors and the Most High say it's destined for you guys to move beyond this and get this peace of mind here. You will constantly go through spiritual warfare. But the thing here is that a lot of, keeps coming back to the High Priestess, a lot of you guys, these spiritual offenses have happened and they have happened in your life. And justice needs to come in your life too. Because up there, justice has been served. God has seen, judgment has been called. And God has declared a 6 of Wands. So down here, for those of you guys at the hands of this manipulation and spell work, because you are a spiritual person, the discrimination, the lies, the slander, the made-up accusations, there needs to be justice here too. Some of y'all have been defamed and slandered so badly because of what you believe in. You have been called out of your name. You've been called anything but who you are because of what you see. And you were called to see that. You have been called dark because you have been called into it by these very same people that want to run around and lie on you. Like I said, people do things spiritually. When someone has an intention, they're going to intend it to happen to you, spiritual one, in the spiritual. And then they're going to make sure they follow it up in the physical with an action. But faith without work is dead, chosen ones. And having hope and praying is great. But you need to follow through with the faith to know that that's not your truth. People be doing spell work on everything to get a man, to keep a man, to make someone love them, love spells, fucking binding rituals, make them break up spells. People do everything they can. And if the spiritual being on the other end of that intention isn't awakened, their life is in shambles. Because it's not physical. You got physical shit going on around you, tower after tower after tower after, what the? But this is because there are people that are stirring up forces to present themselves in the physical. You have to tap in. People don't have to do magic, chosen ones. Your sight, your clairvoyance, your hearing, that's all your protection. Everything that comes to you by way of your intuition is your protection. Positive energy. What else do we need? I see the Emperor again. I said I saw the Strength card. What else? Positive energy. What do they need to know? I said I was told to minister to y'all, so you're speaking on wisdom. Yeah, it's that newness here. This is just fresh energy. This is new energy. Like I keep getting the sacrifice energy. A lot of y'all, it was the wrong time for people to be playing in that type of stuff when it came to you. The chosen one, the star with the Ace of Swords and the World card. Because all it is going to do is push you into this even further, even quicker. This new beginning is going to hold so many things for you that you can't even understand. There's miracles, there's blessings, there's prayers answered. There's the universe giving back to you what you have put out. The truth is, you guys were called to heal through some pretty tough shit. But you had to heal it. You had to see it. You had to get the enlightenment, confirmation. Oh, I didn't know the sun was behind this. You had to trust your gifts. That's what this is. You have gifts of the spirit. Your gifts are of the light. There is nothing dark about you. You are here to bring the light, the truth, and show people the way to their own destiny. Chosen ones, you had to find yours first. You had to heal through some shit. You had to go through some shit to grow through some shit. And this is all this is saying. You have never been alone. You got the universe around you. You got all beings of light around you, giving you opportunities. You ain't waiting for them no more. You out here speaking truth to heal people. The time of confusion, that was back then in the past. You see how the demon is right next to the, oh my God. You see how the demon's right next to the freaking illusionist, right? The ones that don't want you seeing. The ones that have tried to hinder, slow down, or stop your destiny, your fate, what's meant for you. Or or cast illusions over your destiny so you couldn't see it. This is real. Spiritual people deserve to be able to do what they are called and passionate to do. The confusion that you felt, spiritual beings, was destined. Divine feminines out here. You are a divine feminine despite what anyone feels about it. 111, you've been seeing it. 1111, you've been seeing it. 333, you've been seeing it. Divine feminine, you are seeing reflections of yourself in everything. You are divinity. You were meant to grow things. You were meant to be creative. You were meant to give your goddess energy. You were meant to be in the sun. You were meant to be grounded. You were meant to wear your heart on your sleeve, but with boundary. You were meant to have passion. You were meant to be rooted. You were meant to grow. Divine feminines, I feel like just went through a huge transformation. Yeah. Star card. You released a lot, divine feminine. Congratulations. It was necessary. And because of such, you're receiving more. Don't let the one pentacle confuse you. I'm trying to tell you, the Ace of Pentacles is anything. Any and everything. I said you are the light, Hermit card. And let's flip it around. You guys are constantly being guided. You guys will constantly know what opportunities to take. When you guys were in this isolation or solitude, God was, like I said, he was showing you something. He was giving you a creative idea. He was giving you your passion back. Some of you guys were in the darkness searching for who you were, and you've learned it, and you're going to have a new beginning because of it. People put us in isolation. They do all these spells and, make us be alone and make people run away from us and lie on us and do all this shit. But all it is meant to do in the divine's eyes is show us who we are in that time of solitude and bless us in that confirmation in that time of solitude. These blessings come to us because we have always been the blessing. People cannot stop your blessing. They just stop receiving the blessing when they isolate you. You understand? But God is always going to give you new opportunities, new days, new happiness. You have to have the faith in these times. There is only one you. And that's why there's only one you. You are to be set apart. And while it may be hard, there's a reason. You're here for something more than the average individual. Because if you wasn't, you wouldn't be alone. And that's how you got to look at it. Your alone time brings illumination, brings clarity, brings truth. The more people you're around, the more confused you feel. Why is that? Because people are not awakened to the things that you are awakened to, and they don't want to. So they want to confuse you. But you are not confused when you are the light you seek and find it. Sun is a star, remember? Day and night. Day and night. I toss and turn. Day and night. You are the light you seek. This message is coming truly from the force that you work with. I learned a long time ago, spell work ain't shit. Magic and those words ain't nothing. When you co-create and manifest with the highest in existence, and you co-create and manifest what this highest being is asking you to manifest here, you're going to always get what you want. You're going to always have a way through the darkness. Because the highest magician is the Most High, is the one who created all things. Let's understand this. The one who created all things created all of the things that these people want to play with these moons, you understand? So if you connected to that, why are you worried about this? You being connected, as above, so below, to the one who truly manifested everything that is in existence here, right? You're in communication with that source. You are one. You see the card, with that source. 8 and 1 is 9, Hermit. You are one with the source of all in creation. What these people do with these moons, you know exactly what you need to do. Period. You're the magic. It must be known to make it manifest. To know something, you have to see something. If you ain't seen it, you don't know it. Period. What else? Chosen ones, this is a truth I give you. I ain't got shit to lie about. Y'all are healing, and your healing is healing others. Your truth is healing. Some of y'all are going to be called to speak some truth. Some of y'all are going to be called to speak your truth. Some of you guys are going to be called to write. I keep hearing write about this. There are people, chosen ones out here that need your story. You're inspiring, and you are meant to. Remember I said you got the wand? You got 2 wands. And that wreath is your protection. The universe protects you. The universe knows what you're here to do. People don't know. But the universe knows. And they celebrate you. Every time you step out on faith, every time you take that leap, every time you trust your purpose, this is how you are seen. And this is why you feel celebratory energy, because you know you're doing the right thing. The pure thing in white, the balanced, just thing in red, and the positive thing.